They call blueberries the miracle fruit, the memory berry, the little blue shield that's supposed to strengthen your eyes, your heart, your muscles, and your mind. And they can, but only when you use them the right way. What most older adults never realize is that blueberries can also work against you. The way you eat them can spike blood sugar, irritate your gut, stiffen your joints, and cloud the very memory you're trying to protect. Labels won't warn you. Commercials won't warn you. Even your doctor may not think to mention it. You just eat them the way you always have and assume you're doing something good. But as you get older, your body changes. Digestion slows. Blood sugar becomes more sensitive. Your nerves, sleep patterns, and circulation react differently than they used to. And that means one small habit with this healthy fruit can twist the benefits into problems you never expected. That's why today I'm going to show you the 6 blueberry mistakes older adults make every day. Mistakes that turn a simple bowl of berries into a blood sugar bomb, a source of inflammation, or a trigger for nighttime restlessness. These mistakes are common, they're silent, and yes, they can be dangerous. But once you fix them, everything shifts. Your energy steadies, your digestion calms, your joints feel lighter, your mind sharpens, often faster than you think. Before we dive in, tell me where you're watching from. I read every comment, and I love seeing this community supporting one another. Now, let's begin with mistake number 6, because it's the one almost everyone makes, and it quietly destroys more of the blueberry benefits than you'd imagine. Mistake number 6, eating blueberries with sugar, honey, or sweetened add-ins. Most people think they're doing something healthy when they drizzle a little honey over their blueberries, mix them into a sweet yogurt, or blend them with a ripe banana. It looks beautiful, it tastes amazing, and it feels harmless, like a small treat you've earned. But this simple habit can flip the entire benefit of blueberries. As your body ages, it processes sugar combinations very differently. The pancreas reacts slower, insulin doesn't respond as strongly, and stacking fruit sugar with added sugar creates a sharper and longer spike. What should be a low-sugar, anti-inflammatory fruit suddenly behaves more like a dessert. Here's what many older adults never realize. Blueberries only protect your brain, eyes, and heart when their antioxidants stay active. But sweet add-ins like honey, flavored yogurt, maple syrup, granola, or a sugary smoothie base blunt those antioxidants. The compounds that support memory and calm inflammation lose their strength, and the berry becomes fuel for glucose swings and irritation in the joints. I see this all the time. Someone eats blueberries every morning and expects better energy or clearer focus, yet they mix them with sweetened yogurt or a drizzle of honey. Then they wonder why they feel tired after breakfast, why their knees feel warm, or why they wake up at night with a racing heartbeat. The problem isn't the blueberries, it's the sugar sitting beside them. Your body at this stage is far more sensitive to sugar stacking. Fruit sugar plus added sugar creates a metabolic load you don't see but absolutely feel. The energy crash, the mood dip, the joint stiffness, the afternoon fog, all from a bowl that looked healthy on the surface. The good news is that the fix is simple. Eat your blueberries plain or pair them with unsweetened protein like real Greek yogurt or cottage cheese. Keep the fruit the star, not the sugar. Once you stop drowning blueberries in sweetness, you finally feel what they're meant to do. Steady your energy, sharpen your memory, cool inflammation, and support your heart. And that brings us to mistake number 5. One nearly every household makes without realizing how deeply it affects an older body. This one isn't about how you eat your blueberries. It's about when you wash them, and why waiting too long can quietly harm your health. Mistake number 5. Washing blueberries too late. One of the easiest ways to weaken the benefits of blueberries happens long before you ever sit down to eat them. Many people place the container straight into the refrigerator and plan to wash the berries later. It feels clean and convenient, but that delay is exactly what allows unwanted residues to settle deeper into the fruit, a problem that becomes more noticeable as the body grows more sensitive with age. Blueberries often appear on lists of pesticide-heavy produce, and the chemicals used on them are designed to survive weather and transport. They cling tightly to the skin and gradually work their way inward. The longer the berries sit unwashed, the more these residues move past the surface. A quick rinse right before breakfast removes what's left outside, but it can't reverse days of absorption inside the flesh. For many older adults, the effects show up in subtle ways: digestion that feels a bit unsettled, a gentle pressure behind the temples, legs that feel heavier than usual, or a restless, wired but tired feeling in the evening. These shifts are easy to blame on aging, yet they often improve when pesticide exposure decreases. The storage container doesn't help. Packed plastic traps, humidity, and presses residues close to the skin, accelerating how deeply the chemicals settle into the fruit. Every hour they sit like that, the penetration increases, making last-minute rinsing far less effective. A simple change makes a real difference. Wash your blueberries as soon as they enter your home. Rinse them immediately. Soak them in a bowl of water with a teaspoon of baking soda for 10 to 15 minutes. Dry them thoroughly, and store them in a clean, breathable container lined with a paper towel. This small shift reduces your exposure and gives your body a cleaner, safer source of antioxidants. And once this becomes part of your routine, many people feel steadier digestion, calmer evenings, and fewer unexplained aches. It's a straightforward adjustment that helps your body function with less irritation and more ease. Now, let's move into mistake number 4, a problem hiding in plain sight on grocery shelves. It fools even health-conscious shoppers every day, and it's the trap that turns blueberry yogurt into something far less healthy than it appears. Mistake number 4, eating blueberries in ready-made flavored yogurts. Grocery shelves are full of blueberry yogurts promising energy, gut support, and real fruit benefits. The labels look trustworthy, and the colors make you feel like you're choosing something natural. But most of these cups contain more added sugar than a dessert, and only a hint of actual blueberry. Flavored yogurts are built for sweetness, not nutrition. The blueberry inside is often a blend of thickeners, dyes, artificial flavors, and syrup. And once this mix reaches your system, it behaves very differently from real fruit. Instead of steady morning fuel, your blood sugar jumps. Instead of calming your stomach, the sweeteners weigh it down. And instead of supporting memory or focus, they overload a metabolism that no longer processes sugar as easily as it once did. Many older adults choose blueberry yogurt thinking it's a gentle, healthier breakfast. But gradually, their stomach feels fuller than it should. Their energy fades sooner in the morning, or their blood pressure edges upward. These shifts are subtle, easy to overlook, and easy to blame on aging. But the true trigger is often the sugar hidden behind a fruit label. What makes this more concerning is how much sugar sits in a single cup. Even low-fat or Greek-style flavored yogurts can carry 10, 15, even 20 grams of added sugar. That's far more than your system can comfortably handle first thing in the day, especially when you're trying to protect a stable glucose curve. A better approach is simple and reliable. Choose plain Greek yogurt, real, unsweetened, high-protein yogurt, and add your own blueberries. When the fruit is whole and not blended into a syrup, you get the antioxidants, the fiber, and the anti-inflammatory benefits your body depends on. You control how much sugar goes in, and your digestion, mood, and morning clarity respond quickly. And this leads us straight into mistake number 3, a problem not of ingredients, but of portions. Because even the healthiest fruit can backfire when you eat it in amounts your body can no longer balance. Mistake number 3, eating too many blueberries at once. Blueberries feel so light and harmless that most people never think about how much they're eating. They're small, they taste clean, and they carry a reputation for being a super antioxidant. It's easy to assume a big bowl must be even better. But for an aging digestive system, that jump in volume can hit harder than most expect. Large portions of fruit sugar and fiber don't move through the gut the way they once did. When you pour a full cup, or even more, into your bowl, your system has to process a rush of fructose and a dense load of fiber all at once. The sugar absorbs quickly. The fiber ferments faster than your gut can manage. And instead of steady comfort, you may feel abdominal pressure, disrupted sleep later that night, or a mental slow start the next morning. I've met many people who swapped their evening dessert for a large bowl of blueberries, hoping for a lighter, healthier routine. But the opposite happened. Their evenings felt restless. Their stomach felt unsettled. Their mornings felt heavier than expected. One man told me he kept waking up around the same time every night, without knowing why. Until he noticed those nights lined up with the days he ate too many berries in one sitting. On the inside, here's what happens. A large serving forces your metabolism to handle more fructose at once than it comfortably can. Blood sugar rises sharply, then dips just as quickly, creating a cycle that's especially tough on a system that has become more sensitive with age. And when digestion slows, too much fruit in one moment overwhelms the gut, leading to irregularity and discomfort that can easily be mistaken for something more serious. The solution isn't to avoid blueberries, it's to pace them. Half a cup at a time is enough to support stable energy, calmer digestion, and a more balanced glucose response. Spread your portions throughout the day. A few berries at breakfast, a few at lunch, a small handful in the afternoon. Your body absorbs more nutrients this way, and you avoid the metabolic swings that come from eating too much of even the healthiest fruit. And this brings us to mistake number 2, a problem not of quantity, but of origin. Because where your blueberries come from can influence your nerves, your memory, and your long-term health more than any serving size ever could. Mistake number 2, buying non-organic blueberries. Not all blueberries are grown the same way, and the difference matters far more as the body becomes less tolerant of chemical buildup. In most supermarkets, the majority of blueberries come from conventionally farmed fields where repeated spraying is the norm. These chemicals don't simply rinse off, they accumulate on the plant, in the soil, and eventually in the fruit itself. As the years go by, your liver, nerves, and digestive system become more reactive to this kind of exposure. People often notice it in small but persistent ways. A mild headache that lingers after breakfast, irritability that seems to come out of nowhere, restless sleep, or difficulty focusing for long stretches. These patterns are easy to overlook, but they often ease when the source of the berries changes. Many older adults tell me they ate blueberries daily, expecting sharper thinking or steadier energy, but something still felt off. Only when they switched to organic or minimally sprayed local berries did they notice a clearer mind, calmer digestion, and fewer unexplained fluctuations in how they felt. The difference wasn't the fruit, it was how the fruit was grown. What misleads most shoppers is how uniform and polished conventional blueberries look. Clean appearance doesn't mean clean growing conditions. Blueberries don't have thick rinds or protective layers. Whatever is applied during farming sits directly on the skin the entire season. That agricultural load is what your body has to process later. Choosing organic blueberries isn't about perfection. It's about reducing one more strain on the systems that regulate memory, balance, mood, and long-term cellular health. And if organic prices feel high, small local farms or seasonal markets are often a practical middle ground. Their berries reach you faster, fresher, and typically with far fewer chemicals. Once someone makes this switch, the benefits appear gradually but consistently. More stable digestion, smoother concentration, and fewer days where the body feels out of rhythm. It's a simple adjustment that strengthens the foundation of your health without changing anything else about your routine. And now everything builds toward the final mistake. The one that happens not in the store or on the farm, but right inside your refrigerator. This last mistake can turn even the cleanest organic berries into a problem you never saw coming. Mistake number 1. Storing blueberries the wrong way. The biggest danger to your blueberries doesn't come from sugar, pesticides, or even oversized portions. It happens quietly, in the refrigerator. Blueberries are delicate, and when they sit in a damp, closed container, the environment inside shifts fast. Moisture collects, airflow disappears, and before you ever see a single fuzzy spot, mold can already be spreading beneath the top layer. Mold is opportunistic. It travels quickly, especially in fruit stored close together. In a sealed plastic box, spores move from berry to berry in a matter of hours, not days. And the toxins produced during that process don't stay visible. They seep into nearby fruit long before anything looks spoiled, turning what seems like a fresh handful into something the gut struggles to tolerate. For older adults, even low levels of mold-related toxins can feel disruptive. Some notice a sudden drop in stamina after eating berries. Others feel a mild tightness in the chest, sinus irritation, or a wave of fatigue that settles in unexpectedly. A few experience digestive unease that appears without warning. These shifts are subtle, easy to blame on stress or a poor night's sleep. Yet they often trace back to storage conditions. Many people try to salvage their blueberries by tossing out the soft ones and keeping the rest. But once mold has begun spreading inside the container, the remaining berries are rarely untouched. Spores travel invisibly, and firmness alone can't tell you which fruit is safe. Fortunately, storing blueberries properly prevents nearly all of these issues. They need airflow, dryness, and space. Transfer them into a shallow container lined with a paper towel. Leave the lid slightly open or use a breathable produce box. Remove any damaged berries right away and rinse only when you're ready to eat. With proper storage, blueberries stay fresher, cleaner, and more nutrient-rich for a full week or longer. Protecting your berries this way protects you as well. It reduces the mold exposure that irritates the gut, supports clearer thinking, and keeps your energy steadier throughout the day. And with all 6 mistakes now uncovered, you can finally enjoy blueberries the way they were meant to support you. Clean, safe, and truly nourishing at this stage of life. Blueberries can be one of the most supportive foods in your day, but only when you use them the right way. The difference between a berry that strengthens your memory, steadies your energy, supports your joints, and protects your heart, and a berry that leaves you uncomfortable or inflamed, often comes down to a few small habits no one ever taught you. Once those habits change, your body feels the shift quickly. Your mornings feel clearer, your digestion settles, your sleep deepens, and your mind regains the kind of calm, steady focus that tells you your nutrition is finally working for you, not against you. At this stage of life, every daily choice carries more weight. Each habit either restores you or drains you. And blueberries, when handled with intention, can become a simple, reliable part of your routine, offering genuine nourishment for your brain, your vision, your circulation, and your long-term strength. So here's your action step. Look back at the 6 mistakes. Spot the ones you've been making. Fix just one today. Fix another tomorrow. These changes are small, but their impact is real, and you deserve to feel that difference in your body. Now, I want to hear from you. Which mistake surprised you the most? Which one will you correct starting today? Tell me in the comments. I read every message, and I love seeing this community learn, improve, and support each other. If you want more clear, science-backed guidance on the foods that truly protect your body as you grow older, hit subscribe, tap the bell, and stay with us. There is still so much health ahead of you, more than most people realize. And sometimes, that renewed strength begins with something as simple as a handful of blueberries used the right way.